Hello, everybody. I'm back. I know. I've been away for a couple days. I'm Billy Keels, the guy from Keep On, and welcome you back again because if you're here, you love to talk about or want to know more about or want to exchange around how you can go out, you can make more money, you can have more control over your free time, and you can live with less stress. And I was having a little bit of technical difficulties. I was trying to use a platform that would allow us to interact and see one another. It's this platform I was using a couple times called Be Live, but apparently doesn't want to work too well right now. So I thought, well, I'll just go right back to good old FB, Facebook, and jump right into the page. And I will do the same thing if you're watching this on YouTube, which will be kind of cool. So that's a way for us to always stay in touch. You can either catch me here on the Facebook fan page or you can catch me here on the YouTube channel. But you should be subscribing to and following both of them, by the way. And one of the things that's come up recently that I've been sharing a lot is people question, well, Billy, how is it that you're doing what you're doing? Job, you've got a family, you live in Europe, and somehow you invest in multifamily real estate back in the United States. Like, how do you do it? And so I have created a free ebook for you if you'd like to pick that up. All you need to do is go to keeponcashflow.com/roadmap, and you can pick that up absolutely free. Just leave your email, and you'll get to be part of our tribe. You can follow what's going on, and we'll let you know. And if anyone is interested in taking another step, there's a paid course that's part of that, but just let you know that up front so that there are no surprises. Keeps things nice and easy, transparent that way. So if you are interested, you can find out about what's going on over at keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. What's up, Super Cheryl? How are you, my friend? So Cheryl, my buddy from Canada, is here in the house and is fully aware of what's going on in the multifamily space, looking at investing in other places, and so yeah, so I'm back once again, ready to answer your questions. Hope it's about sales. I hope it's about multifamily investing. I hope it's about long distance investing, building teams, all that kind of stuff. I am enjoying sharing this knowledge. It's a lot of fun for me, and hopefully it's valuable for you as well. But anyway, so I was reminded of something the other day, and it was a really, really nice reminder. So I've been absorbed in my corporate job, so the 9-to-5 job, the one that is a job that I really, really enjoy. I get to meet really cool people, smart people, all this kind of stuff, and solve really complex problems for our customers. And I enjoy that. A lot of the same skill sets that I even use to build my teams, invest in real estate for and with my own assets that are creating cash flow that allow me to have more money and even have more control over my free time. And guess what? Live with less stress, which is kind of nice. But the other day I was in and it's something that I just wanted to remember because it was a reminder, like as I was going through it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to remind people of this, especially my tribe, right? Like I want you all to remember that there is no better way to learn than doing. There's no better way to learn something, anything. There's nothing better than actually doing it. And because we can get caught sometimes in like reading, actually, I've got all these, I don't know if you can see all this, but I've got a bunch of books over here, right? So I'm enjoying reading books and stuff like that. And I've got a whole bunch of books that are, over here. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is sometimes we can get stuck in actually reading or thinking or watching and not actually doing. What do I mean by that? So the other day I'm in this class, right? I'm in this training. It's an online training, probably similar to a lot of you that are watching these kinds of videos and stuff like that, because I do that too. In this training class, there were like 30 people online training. We're in different places in Europe and Africa and probably somewhere in the Middle East and all this kind of stuff. And so the lady who was actually giving the training was looking for volunteers. And one of the things that I would recommend you do, if you get a chance to volunteer for anything, do it. Do it, even if it's, I mean, if it's free, well, if it's free, definitely. If it's something that you've already paid, like I was paying with my time. So anytime you pay with your either money or time or both, and you get the chance to actually learn from someone who's the expert, do it. Like we were learning about an online tool. And so it was a trainer who was an internal trainer, but she was looking for somebody to step up to the plate and be the like guinea pig or do the example. And so guess what I did? I put my hand up. And it completely changed the experience that I was going through, because it was like, yeah, this is cool. I understand this training. But once I was the person that was actively involved in the training, it was like I was learning. I was making all kinds of mistakes. But as I was making mistakes, guess what? I learned it. And so by actively participating in the training, I'm pretty convinced that I went away understanding more about how to use this new tool and what benefit and results it's going to help me to get more than anybody else. I'm pretty sure. At the same time, in the 30 minutes that I was kind of like the guinea pig, I made more mistakes than anyone else. I have no doubt about it, because she was asking me to do things and I was making mistakes. But guess what? I had access to her really quickly. And so it helped the learning curve. Like the learning curve was like this iterative process where she was saying, try this, do that, or I would just have to do things by myself. And as I tried to do things by myself, I forgot, I got stuck. I could ask for questions. But now, a few days later, guess what? People that were in that training are sending me email, hey, that was really good. How did this work? How did that work? And so it just reminded me to remind you, don't get stuck just in training, just in watching, but actually do it. And when you do whatever it is that you're going to do, you're building a team, you're going to invest in your first property, you're going to invest in your next property, you're going to go to the larger multifamily, you're going to go to some type of retail space, you're going to apply for a new job, whatever it is, do it. Because that's the best way you're going to learn. That's the best way you're also going to build up your expertise. It's the best way that you are going to become the next level of whatever it is that you want to be. So be active in whatever it is that you're doing, would be the thing that I would say. That's what I wanted to share with you today. At the same time, I want to be here to answer your questions. So anybody who is interested, go ahead and ask me your questions. I am interested in answering them. I like to be stumped, because one of the other things I was remembering that I should remind you, if you're watching now or you're watching in the future, Billy Keels is not like a guru. Billy Keels is just a normal guy who's found that this channel, I can come out here and share what I'm learning with other people, and we can grow and learn together, which is a really cool thing. And I started thinking about it when I was talking to my sons earlier today, because he was asking me, Daddy, I really wish I would have seen you what you were like when you were little. And I'm like, wow, but you know what's kind of cool is your son or daughter will actually see what you were like when you were little, because everything. And in a very similar way, like I want to be able to, I guess, share what I have with you, and be able to learn. Not because, like I said, not because I'm a guru, not even because I'm close to where I want to be, but I want to share where I am on my journey and have you also be a part of it. So, and a way that you are a part of it is when you're asking me questions, because if I can help you learn things or see things, this is my ticket when I flew back to the United States a couple weeks ago, which was kind of cool. This is a way for me to give back. This is a way for me to grow. This is a way for me to also build the tribe of like-minded people, because that's what we're doing. Especially if you live in one country and you invest in another one, like that would be a really cool thing. And I love it so much, Cheryl, that you ask questions. I love it. Let's see. So Cheryl asked an excellent question. How do you deal with a team player who won't participate and considers himself the boss? Wow. Give me a little bit more context around what you're talking about, Cheryl. help me understand the context, right? Because the context will really help me to give you a specific answer. Because I think you want a specific answer to your question. That context will help to build it out, and I'll tell you what I think. So, how do you deal with a team player who won't participate and considers himself the boss? Is this somebody who's a part of your team that are they like, I guess we would say that they're 1099, are they a contract worker, or are they a W-2? So like someone who's actually on your payroll. And is this someone, I guess, what kind of role does this person have on your team? I think my answer is going to be pretty much the same, but I just want to understand the context. Someone who works directly for you, someone you contract services out to. And what is his actual role within your team? Like, what does he actually do? How do you deal with a team player who won't participate and considers himself the boss? He's supposed to be a partner. So is he a business partner? And is it something like a joint venture? Is it somebody where you're both bringing the same amount of capital? Are you both bringing, I mean, kind of what are you bringing to the party? Or what is this person bringing to the party when you say partner? I mean, this is going to be, you're supposed to be a partner. It's kind of funny because there's a little bit of a delay. The player, or the team player who doesn't want to participate. So I, and this is what I mean, Cheryl, about context, right? So when I understand the context, let me tell you. So he's a business partner and he has more capital. So one of the things I always like to talk about is, um, how clear are you all? Like, are you super clear on who's supposed to do what role, right? Because with any company or any partnership or any business, let me just take it to the business. And with the business, there's a number of different roles, right? So any business needs four key things, right? Number one, you need to be knowledgeable about whatever business that you are part of. That's absolutely critical. And you also need to have time to invest in that business, right? So you need knowledge and time for sure. And then you need to have money and credit, right? Or credibility within your market space or within your marketplace, right? So you have to have those four elements in your business, attract customers and be successful. The thing is, when you talk about partnerships, it's always, how clearly defined are the roles? And are you holding each other accountable, right? I guess, how do I deal with anyone? And if it's a business partner, like, first and foremost, I want to be crystal clear that we both know what our roles and responsibilities are. Because if you don't have clear roles and responsibilities and you're assuming things, then it's going to be a really difficult time, because when you have to go back and say, well, you're not holding up your end of the bargain, but there's actually no paperwork, there's no documentation, it's really, really difficult, right? Just because someone has more money doesn't necessarily mean that they have more knowledge, right? Normally, people that have money get together with people that have the knowledge, because they want their money to do things and they want to continue to do what it is that they like to do normally. So they place their capital with people who have knowledge or people that have time to go out and do the work that they can't do, or they're doing work that gives them a higher return on their time. So the way that I deal with someone or deal with these issues is really, number one, making sure that the roles and responsibilities of each person or each part of the team are crystal clear before you even get started. and then making sure that you can hold each other accountable for, whatever it is that you're supposed to do. So somebody that just has money, if they put in $100,000 on a particular project, but they don't have time to do anything else, well, do you really expect them to do anything else when their whole role and responsibility was to put $100,000 towards your project? I don't know if that makes sense, or hopefully that does make sense to you. Is that something that you do, Cheryl? So the person that you're talking about, your business partner, do you have clear roles and responsibilities like written out so that you know what he's supposed to do and he knows exactly what you're supposed to do? Actually, I think this is pretty cool. What I'm thinking though, Cheryl, is I need to figure out how we can do this, like make it interactive, because I would love to answer your questions like live, because this would be really, really cool. It does help, and wish he would work that way. Well, Cheryl, the thing is, you always have a choice, right? In how you want. Okay, so this is, I mean, Cheryl, like, so if you don't have things written down in crystal clear roles and responsibilities, then it's up to your interpretation of what he's supposed to do. And he may think the exact same thing. Well, Cheryl's not doing such and such, but neither of the two of you have a piece of paper to come back to and say, or a screen or whatever that says Cheryl's supposed to do this and this guy's supposed to do this. So it's kind of like you're going somewhere, you're going to a destination, but neither of you know exactly where it is. So if you get there or not, you never know whose fault it is, right? Because you don't actually know what the end destination is because it's not clearly spelled out. And I would bet, Cheryl, not really even understanding the full context and having this kind of like deferred conversation, that if you put things down in writing and on paper and make it really clear who's supposed to do what, when, and why, or who's supposed to do what by when, probably some of the frustration that you're feeling is going to go away. Because you're going to be really clear on, hey, dude, why are you not doing blah, 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 which is what we agreed to. Like in a normal job, right? It would be very, very similar to that because then it creates clarity on who's supposed to do what. Make sense? Love your questions. So, but Cheryl, you know what? One of the things that happens is, right, not everybody is the same, of course. And that comes to but that's even taken into step before the context, right? Is the partnerships. Like one of the things, and I'll just use my own example, like one of the things that I absolutely love about doing something outside of my 9 to 5 is that, so in my 9 to 5, it's a really demanding job, and I'm choosing to go in this route, in this entrepreneurial route, right? And so one of the barriers that I have for anyone that I actually either work with or allow to invest in my projects is it has to be somebody that I genuinely like, right? And so someone that I know, and at the same time, I'm really, really clear whether it's somebody that I'm working with or having services contracted to or from, or even people that I will allow to invest in my projects. Like everything is crystal clearly spelled out, even if it's people that I've known for years. Because the last thing that I want is confusion or misunderstanding or thinking that this person should have done that and I thought that the return was going to be this or that. Like when you handle a lot of that stuff up front, it makes it easier. And one of the things you could do is just, it sounds like, I don't know how long you've been working with this person or how well you know this business partner. Is it a family member by any chance? Notice a text. To be interactive because I would love to hear listening and typing, and there's a couple second delay and all that stuff. Actually, Cheryl, write your question in. I forgot the front door is open. My front door is locked. Sorry about that. I forgot my niece was coming over and I had her locked out. So, um, Cheryl, I don't know if you've been. Yes, thank you. Okay, so not a family member, I think is what you're saying. I do have to figure out a way that we can actually interact with one another because the delay hopefully is not too bad. But so not a family member or anything like that. So that's cool. I mean, is that something that because how long have you been working with your business partner? How long have you all been in business together? And are you also, do you own assets together, or are you doing one part of the work, or is it somebody who is this business partner supposed to just provide services to one of the multifamily buildings that you own or something like that? Okay, just a new partner. Okay, but the new partner is doing just a new partner. A silent partner would be great. Yeah, silent partner just with cash, but well, sometimes it's nice if they bring more than just cash. If they can bring new ideas, relationships, expertise, of course, that will probably help you out a lot more. But I get it. I get your sense of humor. It's a nice one. No, I mean, like I said, that's how that's how I would deal with it. Context makes a lot of this stuff different, right? And it's just being really crystal clear on who's supposed to do what by when, and as much of that as you can do up front, it will help to eliminate a lot of the weird feelings that can happen when there are misunderstandings along the way. I mean, it's like being in a crazy sales cycle, um, where you think one thing and the client thinks something else. So I'm a big stickler about always checking in and making sure that everybody's on the same page. Check if there are any misunderstandings, and as much as possible, correct those as quickly as possible. It'll help you sleep well at night, I think, or sleep better at night. So, Cheryl, hopefully this has been helpful for you. Hey, by the way, Cheryl, have you met Bob Proctor? Or where did you meet Bob Proctor? Because I'm assuming that's you in the picture, and I know that's Bob Proctor. So I haven't asked you that. When did you meet him? But so I just wanted to check something. I think you've walked away, Cheryl, or have I missed you? Oh no, you're writing. Yeah, experience in the industry. Uh, Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Sorry, I didn't realize you were still writing. I couldn't see it. The comments didn't keep going down. But no, listen. So I'm glad this is helpful. I'm glad to see you here as well, and I like the questions. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to do this more frequently and be here to respond. continuing to try and work on some new technology. The technology that I was trying to use tonight, Be Live, just isn't working. So I thought I would just come here and be live. Hey, by the way, anybody, if you have not already, you should definitely check out the YouTube channel as well, because like over there I do a lot of just, it's not interactive like this, of course, not yet, but I do videos and stuff like that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go over there, keeponcashflow.com. No, it's YouTube. Yeah, it's youtube.com/keeponcashflow. So you can go over there and check out videos as well. It's a lot more educational, and you can find out stuff that that I'm doing on my weekly blog as well. So anybody, as I mentioned before, check out keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. You can pick up a free ebook there. I believe, Cheryl, that you picked it up. What you thought of the ebook. Answer here, or you can just send me an email, one way or the other. I'm always interested in feedback. And anybody who's interested in there's a paid course. You can go there. No surprises, transparent, and it's for you. So you can find out all the information that is over there on the website. So, or at keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. Definitely, if you want to talk about being able to make more money, have more control over your free time, and live with less stress, you're in the right place. Listen, everybody, I'm going to get ready and read a book a little bit before I head to bed. And I appreciate everyone checking in, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Cheryl, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your questions. I will be back for more. Tomorrow is Friday. And let's see. Yeah, tomorrow I'll give you a little bit of heads up before I get here and start answering your questions. And thanks for the comment, Cheryl. Appreciate the comments around the ebook. So Cheryl says it's good. It's been useful for her. So if you want to pick it up, you can go, like I said, keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. So listen, everybody, this is BK. I'm out of here. Have a great Thursday, and we will see you mañana. Ciao, ciao. Hasta la próxima.